box. I don't know very much about.
This is a buzz box.
Yes. Are you filming it?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm filming.
Are you filming me in my star supporting role? Eating this
Here's Lynn.
delicious cookie?
Eating this delicious cookie. Oh, yeah.
So this is a MIG wire feed MIG welder, metal inert gas. Basically, I don't really know too much about it, but basically what you'll be doing is welding some metal together. I set up some pieces for you. This here controls the speed of your wire, and this here controls the voltage. Levels 1 through 4. We'll be at about 3. So basically, you are playing with a little tip of lightning. It's an electrical arc. Basically, you're going to melt the metal. You're going to melt these two pieces, and then this is called the filler metal. It's another kind of steel. So basically, you'll just turn these two pieces molten, and this filler metal will also become molten, and they will melt together, and it will become a weld. So all you got to do is put the clamp on a nearby piece of metal so the current can jump across, and the arc will be formed through the filler metal. You just pull the trigger. And you got to wear a mask because it's basically looking into a little sun. It's about 6,000 degrees or so, and like looking at lightning in your house. So, got gloves.
You feel like a celebrity yet, Brian?
Yeah, no, I feel like a celebrity. The Iowa kind of celebrity.
There's some around here.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess there is something I can say about it, and the way I weld is.
Don't get your hair on fire. That was the advice given me by Mel.
See this bead in there? How it's just kind of sort of smooth, and it doesn't look like a blob sitting on the surface. You know, it's like these two pieces have flowed into each other.
Yeah.
It's very possible to get a bad one, like for example, sort of like right here, I guess. I had that on a lower voltage setting, so instead of really like melting into the metal, it sort of beaded up on the surface.
Yeah.
It's still fine for these purposes, you know, but this is going to be, see, that's like much more contiguous. You know, that's the number 4 voltage. So basically what you're going to do is, when you strike that arc, this will strike an arc automatically. It's a wire feed welder, but this little like intense blue spark forms, and that's your arc. But then what happens is, like, just a second after that starts sparking, the metal becomes molten and starts to flow into itself. And basically the way you weld is you're not really focusing so much on the arc itself, but you're focusing on the molten metal, the way it follows the arc, and that's actually called the bead. So you're basically like, you're kind of teasing the bead, and I like to move back and forth like a little stitch.
It's kind of like brazing in that way. You're just kind of doing little delicate movements.
Yeah, you are actually. You got to be quite steady. But you know, like again, this application here, not a really big deal. So
Okay.
basically, you're just watching that bead, and you're kind of teasing it back and forth, and hopefully you'll have a good weld. So you can turn on the machine.
Okay.
So we're on level 3. Probably be on level 4 actually. A good welder knows the exact setting for every material and thickness. I'm not a good welder. So I'm a very, very beginner welder, but there are a couple things that I have picked up from people, and there's some really good welders in this town. So there's 2 things that matter a lot, and that's angle and speed. So like say I'm going to weld across this joint here, I don't want to be like straight on like a butt there. You know, I don't, if I'm going this way, I don't really want to be like here. I want to be at an angle like this if possible. So that way it kind of inserts, the bead forms there, and then I'll kind of stitch it back and forth steadily. And that bead will follow.
So could it drip down into the...
No, it won't drip down. These 2 pieces will actually melt completely. So there will be no crack to drip into because it'll melt into itself. So it's angle and speed. And then you kind of do this pattern, like you kind of stitch across. I mean, that's one of the main patterns. So anyway, with that being said, just put your hoods down and watch really closely. It won't hurt your eyes. Man, yours will darken automatically. So I guess, yeah, yours will, you know.
Can we warn them not to look over at her?
Don't look over here, we're welding. All right. So.
Hey, did you guys hear that?
Don't look over while we're welding.
Don't look over here.
They won't though. I mean, they.
Don't look over here while we're saying it.
All right.
All right.
Oh my God,
Glad that's settled.
hilarious, dude. Andy
Now
drives
we've
me
marked their territory.
Oh, okay. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, you
do
might
this.
want to put that hat on. All right, can you guys get to a place where you can really see it?
Kevin, man, you gotta put it down.
No, you got it, man.
All right, and like when it starts, like come and look in real close, as close as you can. Just like that. And then I'll get my wire brush.
Like a crapper weight handling right now. Don't say that part.
I like to get a wire brush and clean it off just to see how it went. And you see that's fairly decent.
Do you have to do it on the back too?
Oh yeah, you can do it on the back. So it would be better for practice. And what you're really going with this pattern of welding is like a stack of nickels, and you can kind of see it. You see how those like kind of half circles there, the semicircles.
Yeah.
That's what you really want, rather than like a bunch of blobs everywhere.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of dip it just to. Anyway, yeah, I'll let you guys weld it up, man. Galvanized is electroplated with zinc, and so it withstands the elements. It'll never really rot, but if you weld with it, it makes a gas called zinc oxide, and it'll mess you up pretty good. It can kill you. Get metal fume fever. And then people can get saved by drinking a huge amount of milk when they're dying of zinc oxide gas.
Wow.
So that's a fact.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So anyway, don't weld galvanized. It's really bad.
Nothing
Really bad
shiny,
for you.
only black.
Nothing super shiny.